Hello everyone. Today I Nilambar Singh Basnet is going to do a presentation on the topic roles of various stakeholders in an inclusive setup. So let's see what are the roles of the various stakeholders in the scenario. Before starting, let me give you a quick description about what a stakeholder is. The stakeholder are those who have the responsibility and interest in the implementation of education at different levels. They are also responsible for the achievement of the learning outcomes through their active participation in school activities, programs, and projects. Now we will talk about the teacher as stakeholder. The teacher should know that children learn substantially by imitating both their parents and teachers. The language teacher use, mode of dressing, what eat and drink, casual discussions on how the role model relate the child and others in society have either positive or negative effects on the physical, emotional, moral, psychological and mental development. Because children see and children learn. It's the job of the teacher to introduce the familiar and make connection with the children in order to achieve the unfamiliar. And that's how children encounter and learn from known to unknown, simple to complex, concrete to abstract, general to specific, and practical to theoretical. The roles are: number 1, participation in curriculum planning and development; number 2, engages in teaching and learning process; number 3, supply of necessary information to education authorities and parents; number 4, encourage peer collaboration; and number 5, participation in the monitoring, assessment and evaluation of inclusive education. Now we will talk about the parents as a stakeholder. Parents should be involved in all aspects of learning of their exceptional children because the family is the first source of education for a child and most learning occurs at home. Parents are most often responsible for the upkeep of their children. They need to be involved in things like decision making which affects their children in inclusive setting. The parents' role are: number 1, they participate in the planning of education of their children. Number 2, they give moral support by sending their children to school. Number 3, they participate in monitoring, assessment and evaluation of progress of their children. Apart from this, some other responsibilities that includes is dealing with negative attitude and the family as a source of love and solidarity. One of the vital role is also played by NGOs, which brings to my third point. Organizations like UNESCO and UNICEF promotes inclusive setting. In the context, it removes the barrier limiting the participation and achievement of all learners, respect diverse needs, abilities and characteristics, and that eliminate all form of discrimination in the learning environment. Also provides support to special children, holds the networking to supply sources to the center, and collaborate with various agencies to encourage and promote inclusion. The stakeholder as the community and professional bodies. The initiative empowers and encourages the active participation of children with special needs, other vulnerable groups and community members. On the other side, professional bodies such as National Center for Exceptional Children and Inclusive Development Foundation has always promoted inclusive education. Government, Ministry of Education as a stakeholder. Policy making, which is one of the important role followed by the Ministry of Education. For example, National Education Policy, which says that within an inclusive education system, the student with a disability is educated in the least restrictive environment, typically along with peers who do not have disabilities. So these were the roles of the various stakeholders in an inclusive setup. Mentioned link on the slide are the references. The information I provided may have been sufficient. However, if you still have questions, don't hesitate to ask them. I'll be happy to answer. Thank you.